No, this is not failure.
It is not. I was kind of waiting for that, to that part. But do you mind telling us your name? Is that all right?
You know my name, you know.
Say it, please. My goodness.
I think I've never mentioned my name, but I think you always recognize my voice. So you don't always bother.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Simple Omolara, that's my name, Omolara.
I think I get it now. You see, I'm so sorry, right?
Yeah.
I just kind of have this, fetishness.
And this is the first time you asked me of my name anyway.
And I'm glad you reminded me, and now I'm going to keep it. So, my lady, our lady Omolara, thank you so much. Okay.
All right then.
Yes, ma'am. Please.
Yeah, well done. Thank you so much. God bless you. Right. Please, people, if you are not but don't mind, please, can you hit the like button?
Please.
Please. I think that's the first thing we're supposed to be doing once you get on the program. So please, press the like button. Okay. Yeah. Mr. Amboyegu.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to pass message to all these people that they always say something like, "Oh, people are not commending them. People are not appreciating their job. People are not." Do they really know reason why they are there?
I don't think.
Are they just there to just see and just share money and go home?
Well, at least that one is clear. They should stop pretending, making it look like they are helping anybody.
So they're not helping anybody. It's they are helping you people, masses. They are helping you, and you're not appreciating. You're not commending them at all. You believe they're all sorts of things. But I don't get it.
It's an entitlement.
I believe they gave them rules and the responsibilities.
That's right.
I think they should read it before they take up the job. It's a job. They're serving, the masses.
If you're doing your job,
you're not doing anybody else. They're getting paid.
You're getting paid.
Yeah, they're getting paid for this thing.
You have not seen adverts in Nigeria newspaper. My lady, you have not seen adverts in Nigeria newspaper where state workers are thanking their governors for promptly paying their salaries in Nigeria.
Exactly. Why? Yeah, I know they're doing. Why? For crying out loud. Yeah, when you're working or someone you're at your workplace or you now say thank you to your boss or he asks you why are you thanking me? Why are you
thanking me? Exactly.
Why? Why are you thanking me? What for? What did I do? I'm only doing my job. Yes, that's it. So why because we said it now you did not really comment like this. And I remember someone who said the same thing sometimes ago when someone was telling him the Sylvester something. They didn't do anything. Now this is the period of now Mohbad, and then nothing has been done really since they did it. He said it. Yeah, he said it. Then he just snapped and he said, "Oh, you people, you are not even appreciating what we are doing." I was like, "Excuse me."
I know.
Honestly.
And it was there lament, like me and you will normally lament and say, "Do you know what I have done? I have been to this, I have been to that, you this song." He was lamenting like that. He said, "Oh, your people." He also said something like, "Your people burned the test center here." What do you mean, your people?
Yeah.
He said they burned it down during the NSAS. He was pointing at that lady.
They burned it down during the NSAS. So during the NSAS, they burned the one down. So they can't fix it, and they can't fix it. And the way supposed to have one in the whole Nigeria, just
they have to send the autopsy to America. They have to send it to America to do autopsy.
Please, what is happening? Please, people, this country is not working. Nigeria is not working. Let's join us together. Let's just divide this country and save life. Let's do this thing once and for all. We need to do this. Naira now is 1,000, almost 1,800. Pounds.
1,790 pounds to 1 pound.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Almost 1,800. Enjoy by me. He got him by there.
Ha. 1 pound. 1 pound, 1,700. So which means he paid before we get to June, middle of the year, £1 maleti leni 2,000.
Because you're long. What is going on? And people are still like just checking. But someone said, "Oh, she was going. Sorry, let me quickly say it.
Yes, ma'am.
She said she was going to walk to to her business to shop, and she said she just sat down in the car. She didn't even know how to just come off the car. Like, what is going on? That dollar is 1,004.
If you are a business person, there is no way. There is no way you are not going to be nursing high blood pressure as we speak right now in Nigeria at that exchange rate. If you're a business person, but if you are not,
honestly,
you may not
me
understand
already
it better.
gave up. You know me before. You know me before that I don't believe in one Nigeria. I always say it's sham that I was like doing like, oh, I see she didn't like it initially, but I realized that for some time now she has changed. Like, she's been like,
Nigeria
oh, it's better with just survive.
No matter how strong you think you are.
Yeah, me long ago I've changed. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless
you so much.
My regards
once
to the
again.
family.
Yes,
thank
now
you so much.
that I have been, it's like updating the software. You have updated my software and my memory about yourself better now. So I won't be doubting next time. So sorry about the earlier, all right? So you have a good one too. Okay. Thanks so much. So I have another caller. I have said something before when I told all of us here that when the criminal politicians of Nigeria are talking, they can talk. They are actors. Politicians are actors. If you want them to act like they are sad, they will do it so well that all of you can begin to start crying. Have you seen where politicians are pretending to be crying? And then their what do you call their aides, their PAs, SA, and all of their loyalists, they will also pretend to be crying. Oh, Atiku is crying. Oh my God, Atiku. Oh, I don't like seeing Atiku cry. Oh, Peter B and all of that. You know that thing? Politicians are like actors. Don't ever forget that. Whether good or bad, they can act. That's one thing about Nigerian politicians. But hang on, let me take this. Hello there.
Mario, good evening. This is Kalu from London.
From London. That's Kalu, my brother.
Yeah.
How are you tonight, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. And yourself?
Well, very well. Thanks for asking. And the weekend is almost here too. So please.
Yeah, I'm just calling. Yeah, hope you and the family and everybody's looking fine. Yeah.
Very well. Oh, thanks so much for asking.
Yeah, thanks for keeping us up to date, obviously, with in diaspora. I'm just gonna be quick and analyze.
Just go on now.
I'm gonna be quick and analyze a different segment of what is happening at the moment. Yeah.
Yes,
people, like, you raise an issue about all the governors saying thank you to Tinubu whenever they win their court cases. What people have forgot to realize is the Tinubu judgment needed to be justified by making sure all the other subsequent judgment align with his own judgment to avoid a review of his own judgment. Otherwise, if Tinubu judgment was clear and clean, the Port Harcourt judgment would have been reversed.
That's right.
So if you notice all the elections where there was any irregularities, I'm sitting on a keg of powder. The people that are supposed to fight me, I'll make sure they're also sitting on a keg of powder, which are the governors. So all the governors have something. Tinubu has everything on most of them. All of them that went to Supreme Court.
That's right.
That is why they're all thanking him, because they know that his judgment made their own to steal. That is one. Secondly, by making sure Fubara win that
court case.
Supreme case, now he's going to deal with Wike. Wike had won over Tinubu for that Port Harcourt madness he did during the election. He was only supposed to deliver 25%.
That's right.
But he went mad and did more than he should do.
That's right.
Now Tinubu has time to deal with him now because he has a replacement for him, which has been certified by Supreme Court.
Some said that it's the divide and rule. He's introducing to them there, and I kind of like to agree with that. Go on.
That is one side. Then second, another thing people are not actually taking into cognizance is the fact that America came to Nigeria The last time America sent an envoy to Nigeria was a night before Jonathan election. No subsequent American diplomat came to Nigeria. They came to Nigeria to check on their intel they have on their man, who is now a president. And the intel was being kept for them in Lagos, which they went to confirm that that place is actually where our intel is going to be kept. That is that facility they want to check. There's not what investment is America coming to do in Nigeria when all the American companies are running away. So it's just to keep their intel, their intelligence unit there to make sure that they monitor what is happening within the country. If at any point they need to get something done, they are going to get what they want and move away quickly.
They have compromise on the president of Nigeria, which means that they can get away with whatever they want in Nigeria. And we will never know all this until these people are kicked out. Then later you'll be hearing all the compromise and what America took advantage of on Nigeria. No be so?
Yes. Tell me, which other country would America set up an intelligence unit in Lagos instead of the headquarters in Abuja?
In Abuja.
Because they needed it to be where they have control over. And that's why he's moving some of the things back to Lagos. Because when I started thinking about it, I was like, okay, these guys are on lease. They are managing the lease for them. But they're realizing what everybody's realizing. It's getting to a point where many people are beginning to think, you know what? Do I really want to be called a Nigerian? Or do I just want to become my own name so I can go in my own peace? And that is what is going to happen now. Because by the time Naira get to 1,000, or no, sorry, 2,000 to the dollar, and people start carrying wheelbarrow to go and buy bread, like you've been telling them 5 or 6 years ago that they're going to use wheelbarrow to buy bread, like they do in Zimbabwe, and they do in one other Latin American country. People will now realize that, okay, this thing, trade by barter is better than currency. And by then, you begin to get that resource control that they've been trying to avoid. Because trade by barter meaning you have control over your own resources.
That's right. So Venezuela loading. Some said that Venezuela would just be like United
Venezuela
States.
Loading.
If Nigeria get to the state of Venezuela, they said Somalia, even Somalia will be better. That's what Nnamdi Kanu said, and that's kind of more like prophecy, kind of, right? If Nigeria turn to Somalia, people they carry wheelbarrow to buy stuff. I mean, use wheelbarrow to carry money to buy stuff like Zimbabwe. Or more. I don't want to imagine it though. We are headed there now, Abi.
Yeah, but what you're gonna find out is by America coming to set up that place they're setting up, they're gonna inform Kolu to start using the dollar. That creates additional demand for the dollar.
That's another one. When your currency becomes so worthless.
Thank you. Instead of you going for a new currency, they will tell you use the dollar. We will give you reserve in dollar. That means you strengthen the dollar in the international market by making it looking stronger.
For a country like Nigeria to start using dollar, that's a big, huge boost for dollar in that region.
Remember the threat of China of the black population.
So America will be using one stone to kill two birds in Nigeria then?
Thank you.
Wow.
And they will influence the demand for their own dollar.
Wow.
And that is why the CBN, now I'm beginning to understand the logic behind the CBN being moved, some operational unit we moved to Lagos. That is how I look at it. That's my own perspective about it.
And see,
because they want to damage the currency
to a point of view, I have to say.
Because they want to damage our own currency so that we start using their own currency. And if we use their own currency, there is no need to convert the naira to get the dollar for the politicians. They already have the money already. Nigeria constitutes 25% of global black population. 25% of global black are using your currency. That is a demand massive. You don't even need to bother about.
That's massive.
So you created a market for a currency that never existed before. Then if you look at it, when you said they're saying, the CBN governor was saying that they're going to start, inflation is going to drop. Inflation will never drop in Nigeria because the driver of inflation is spending money without productivity.
Without production.
Until productivity pick up, and the only place you can produce in Nigeria at the moment without electricity is farming. And the people that have been farming for years and years are being killed by Boko Haram.
Yeah.
And the Boko Haram, nobody's protecting them. When they take up arms to defend themselves, they cannot do anything. So what is happening is you continue to drop until you fall into that trap.
Wow.
The northern elites have been having several meetings over and over since Kolu became president. Thinking, they are all thinking, like I called last time to say, they thought Kolu was gonna die within the first 6 months. Now he's not dying. He's becoming even more fitter. He's waving hands. He's doing everything. They're like, wait, this guy don't sell us boo-boo. Don't go. And I don't blame him because he did what he has to do to win. Now they're having, the first time I saw Sultan of Sokoto come out, how many times have you seen Northerners complain about any movement? When Sirika moved all those things from Lagos to Abuja, did any Western,
no one from the southern Nigeria?
The Yoruba group came out and made
I can't even remember if that was an issue then.
I didn't even know it happened, to be honest with you, until now. I didn't even know it happened. When they moved the capital from...
Maybe it's just one of those headlines that you read and be like, inconsequential, let me go read something else. Yeah?
When they moved the capital from Lagos, when they moved the capital from Lagos to Abuja, Abuja was a virgin land. On whose basis, who signed the agreement? On what constitution did they sign an agreement to move to Abuja? It's a military decree.
It was.
And that is what they've been using since. Okay, NDA is in Kaduna, and people have been killing in Plateau. Plateau is less than the distance from Plateau is less than Lagos to Ondo. And you're telling me people have been killed there, no police, no Air Force bases all over there. They can't even, from Abuja to that place is quicker than from Abuja to Lagos.
Yeah, now 1 hour 20
So why can't they send? Thank you. They couldn't even send any fighter jet to go and check. Even drone. Let's say, okay, no send fighter jet, send drone. They didn't send anything. Then you expect people to just lie down and take it. It's gonna get to what you people have been saying. Yeah, even though I didn't support it before, I don't believe in it, but it's getting to a point where everybody you're talking to in Nigeria is talking about when is the division gonna start. Like everybody's getting to a point where they're asking, okay, they're not having a date in their head.
A lot of people can't even talk much anymore. They're just, you know what? I'm just tired. I just want them to let just break this country. Let everybody just go their way. That is the frustration people are expressing these days, Papa.
If we're not careful, the next election is going to be a case of people don't get date for their head. People don't get date for their head. But the date, nobody don't confirm and say, make it start. Because, for example, Meiti Allah declared their own army a couple of days ago. The same army that Amoteku brought out, and the stupid Malamu, what was his name, came out and started complaining. The same thing that Nnamdi Kanu tried to do. Everybody started crying. But they march. They march with military people following them.
Yes. Protecting
Isn't that the height of hypocrisy?
It is so. Some said it
then
is
2 days later, this thing happened in Plateau.
Or impunity. I said it's everything. Okay. All of the above.
Then 2 days later, this thing happened in Plateau. Where are those so-called Meiti Allah people not going to guide those people? So they say they're going to guide everybody. My brother. Anyway, let me not take much of your time.
No, you have done so well. I appreciate talking to you. I have to say, thank you so much. Okay, for joining us on that. Okay, thanks a lot. Right. So I am going to take another one. I've got I don't know. This is I got Charm. How are you tonight?
Hi. I'm fine, thank you. Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Thank you.
So you've been following the chart since, right?
Not really.
No, okay.
I've just been. I listened to the show yesterday, to your session yesterday, and again, you brought up my name, and somebody else has used the same name again today. I mean, for goodness sake,
you are already famous in the temple, and that is expected. You see, there are those you call the temple workers. These are people, after everybody listen, they also want to add their own views to it to make it more and more interesting. So you guys are famous, yeah? And I bet that you all have a community on that YouTube in particular. I am going to be one of these there and be with everyone one day. Okay.
The YouTube chat is a whole different dimension,
vibe.
On its own, you know. You have like Martinelli, Ade Williams, they keep it going. You know? So I can't keep up even, you know.
That's grand. So Charm, you want to be part of it.
So I've listened to the show, and in fact, I wasn't really intending to call, but I just have to commend the previous caller. I think he really, really has thought some things out. And it doesn't really make it easier listening to him say all of these things, because that should tell us clearly that we have a bigger problem. The problem that we have is not solely the people in Nigeria. We also have external forces who I think we've established would like the status quo, things to remain the way they are, because it suits a different agenda for them, which is the strengthening of their own currency, the strengthening of their own economy. This is what I'm saying to you when I say to you that, us being in all these other countries is not a win. It's actually a loss, because you're losing, how will I put it? You're losing your intellectuals. You're losing, even family connections, brain drain, family breakdown. Because I have my kids here, right? But they don't have, in as much as you can video call your cousins and everything, but you don't have that close connection with them like the way I had with my cousins growing up. So they don't have, so they lean. Let me put it this way: we are raising Nigerians made in Britain, made in America, made in wherever part of the continent you are in. You're not raising, and I don't want to use Nigeria. We're not raising a Yoruba man raised in Yoruba land with those influences that are unique to Yoruba people, with those things that you see he needs to learn from the environment, the people, the interaction, the way we laugh, the way we live, the way we love, the way we challenge each other. So that's not there, because you're doing it a different way outside of that. So they have their own challenges. So sometimes when I'm even trying to be hard on these kids, I have to remember that sometimes I say that they don't have the same fire that we have when living in Nigeria. They have burn, that desire to do more, right? Is not there. Well, we have to.
That community bonding, family bonding, things that actually make make a community. They say it takes a whole community to raise a child.
Exactly,
as Africans, that's who we are. But these days,
that's who we are.
To those of us who are now making our children and families from outside that space.
So it's different,
I know.
Exactly. So those are all the negatives that come from actually raising our kids.
And it wouldn't have even been so worse, Charm, for those who are listening to us, if this issue of insecurity, mismanagement, and all of these things that have contributed, hugely negatively to our people. We are here. We can't take our families home because we have to think twice. And if you take them home, they can't even explore home where we call home. You get that?
Exactly. And like if I want to take them, I'll probably take them to Lagos. But Lagos is not exactly where I want to take them. I want to take them to my village.
Yes.
To go and see their grandma, to go and see their cousins, extended cousins, and things like that. But they don't have that. So those are the things that when we leave our country, when we leave our regions and everything, those are the things that we're losing. Intellectuals, we're losing kids. We're donating to this country. Now,
like generations of Africans are being raised not in an African way. I mean, we still have to give kudos to all of us African parents in the diaspora doing our things, improvising, based on the resources available to us, right? But we would have done so well if these children, this generation of Yorubas, Igbos, and then others like that from everywhere, if this generation of children have that mix-up that a lot of us experience, like you said, right? Where they are able
a lot of us experience, and let's say like and let's say that they had like an enabling environment. What you want is for those regions, Yoruba region, Biafra, all these Middle Belt and everything, to be an enabling, to be an option for them. Like, okay, if I'm not thriving here, I can go back to where my ancestors are from and thrive there. But we don't have that option, and that's part of the problem. And listening to the previous caller, what I can see is, like I said, is we have a bigger problem. We have external entities who are benefiting from, like you said, the current situation. They're using it to strengthen their economies. They're using it to strengthen their currency. All of those things are benefits to them. we don't seem to matter. And what is bankable for them is the fact that we will betray each other. They have people, like you said, they have compromise on. That is what they can take to the bank, that there are people who they can rely on, who will, disenfranchise their own people for their own benefits. Has it ever, because I was talking to my sister yesterday and I said to her, does it make any sense if I keep coming to you and asking you for money and you keep giving it to me when you don't even see what I'm doing with the money? And you know fully well that it's either I'm stealing it or, I'm mismanaging it, but you're not holding me accountable.
Anyway.
You're giving it to me. Now let's think about money laundering, right? Where exactly is all of these monies that they're giving to countries like Nigeria coming from? Especially countries like Nigeria, where we know that corruption is rife, right? Where exactly is all this money coming from? That they're freely giving to countries like ours. I suspect, I have no proof, I don't have the manpower, neither do I have the resources to actually investigate these things, but this is a massive scam and a massive money laundering operation that we have going on here with all these countries, with all these entities
lenders
that
we all just have no idea the ridiculous interest that they are adding, which are continually put to put the member countries who they are giving this money to.
Exactly.
To put them in poverty.
And they have such a how do I put it, a high level structure, because even as we're cleaning this, as far as I'm concerned, dark money, dirty money that we don't know where they're getting from, they're making money, they're making interest on it.
Yes,
we're leveraging on, like you said, with oil of what, 12 billion, right? We're taking a loan. It's collateral for a loan of 3 billion.
Yes.
Does that make any kind of sense? So they're making.
So these guys is a great deal. They know Nigeria will not pay.
Exactly.
They are just going to wait for a few years and start taking the crude oil. That's it.
And start taking the crude oil. So now we've cleaned their dirty money, right? We've cleaned their dark money where we don't know where it's coming from. Because again, remember I said to you that things like the sale of things like illegal organs, right? Illegal sex trafficking, all of those things.
Traffickers
organ trafficking and things like that. You're looking at sales of over $3 trillion.
Dollars industry.
Who is going to clean? Because before somebody uses that money, somebody has to clean it. So this is my own suspicion. Like I said, I do not have any concrete evidence. But when but when you think logically about where exactly is this money, who would do it? I wouldn't do it. If you came to me and asked me for money once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, at some point I'm going to say, you know what? I'm sorry, I can't be giving you money because I don't know what you're doing with it.
Especially if I'm actually loaning it to you and I can't see what you're doing with it, and I also see that you have no capacity to pay it back. If there's nothing sinister here, why do they keep giving Nigeria money?
Exactly. Why do they keep giving Nigeria money?
Your suspicion is valid, okay? And a lot of people probably think so too.
Do you know what, Mangu, listening to you, like I said, it has opened my mind. It has made me really start to think things critically and try to look at things from an outside of the box type of way.
We have to read beyond headlines. You know that.
But I don't know how we're going. Yes, we have to do that, but it also poses a big problem. As in how we all agree, and I think across the board we all agree that the country needs to be broken apart, just so that you can even break this stranglehold that the external entities actually have on the country, right? And then, like I think Sekou, we need more than 2 revolutions. I beg, because
north, exactly. So what happened is that when things get
go on.
The
first one is to break the current situation. Revolution number 1. Revolution number 2 is when you did leadership. That's the second revolution, because you can't have the same people that we suspect they have compromise on, because the cycle continues. That's another one that needs to take place. I know.
But just for the sake of our listeners, I think you've asked these similar questions many times, and I'm going to believe that this one you just asked tonight as well, like it's like rhetorical question, kind of like saying, how do we get out of this? How do we do this or that? How do we get the revolution and all that? It's not because you have no direct answer to. But I am going to say this quickly, Charm, right?
Yes.
We all said the revolution we need will be 2 revolutions in the north and maybe another 2 in the south. But we also agreed that we need the revolution of the mind. And
oh yes,
a lot
absolutely.
of people said, a lot of people have confirmed on this platform that this platform has impacted. You also just confirmed that too. Like it has impacted your sort of a line of reasoning when you are dealing with issue of Nigeria now. Now you pay attention, critical attention to a lot of things now. And then you ask more questions now, even if they are not going to give you answers. But you always have questions now, right questions to ask. Now, you see, when we begin to have population that are as, what do you call it, educated and as well-informed as yourself, you know what that does to people? It gives you this different courage because you are armed with information that except somebody has an answer for them, they dare not stand in front of you and tell you to shut up. Now, when you have that kind of, when you are armed with that kind of information or that kind of courage, now imagine that in large numbers. When you have, for example, you have about 10,000 people who come out with that same mindset, and you are there, and you are addressing them, and the way you are talking, there are like another 10,000 people like yourself who can always talk like you, even if they take you away. Another will join there and continue exactly what you are saying. Now we need that population. We need that citizens, educated, informed citizens, right? Then once we have that number, charm.
Yeah, your platform needs to go. Yeah,
I am so confident. The table will turn. People will not know the truth and remain in darkness. You see, a lot of people are also kind of confused. We are living in a superstitious world, Nigeria, where superstitions, makeups are believed than facts. But it is all because a lot of people are so kind of lazy to follow the story, follow the money. You are beginning to do that now, and I bet you love it. Because the more you discover, the more angrier you become, yeah? Now imagine yourself the way you feel towards all this information you have. Imagine yourself in 10,000 places. So you can then begin to understand where my own, what do you call it, optimism is coming from. That's why I said the part we are going through right now is the revolution of the mind. There will be a physical one. Charm.
The waking up of the people.
We will get there. It's so disappointing, disappointingly slow. It's taking forever. You always said that. I said, I know it is disappointingly slow, but are we making any progress? Yes, we are.
There's progress.
Is it enough? Not yet. Go on, Charm.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot to add. I will, maybe continue along this line of the same optimism that we're waking up hearts and minds, and hopefully we gather more momentum. We have more
getting
people.
There. It's only one single mistake they will make. I've said this before on this platform. Okay, I said they have done worse. They have done a lot of horrible things that we believe that they are untouchable. They cannot, anybody can do. See, Charm, when people are ready. I'm talking about, when I say ready, I'm talking about when they are ready. When they are armed with the right information, the information that gets them so annoyed that how did we take all this bullshit this long, right? If you just been at Tinubu go enter driver's seat of the presidential car, something that has never happened before, right? They will just say, Tinubu enter the driver's seat. You can't drive and can't hit gates. Somebody will now say, can you see how Tinubu crashed 1 million naira car?
The car.
I say, these people must go today. They crashed a car. I say, wait, are you mad because they crashed the car? No, I'm mad about a lot of things. This is the final one. They say Nigerians are protesting because their president crashed a car. I say, what?
What? Exactly.
Well, that's the country where they have been killing them. They never, I say, well, that's it. They just, one single mistake can turn the whole thing. But we need people's mind and brain to be available so that they will no longer be manipulated again as they are jumping from this frying pan. They will end up in another inferno. It's so important.
Absolutely, just to close lastly, really, you're right.
I've wasted our time already, but it's worth it. I'm glad we're having this chat, okay? So we are not using time this evening. Go on.
Yeah, that freeing of the mind, because that will protect us from subsequent people that whom they might find compromise. Let's say everything works well. Exactly, to you. So that would once we're able to identify such a person that is working against the interests of the people, you say, okay, no, enough of you. We don't need your likes, and that takes, like you said, that the renewing of the minds of people. So again, kudos to you and the work that you are doing.
Charm, this is the toughest. Okay. to call out and say, hey, let's go is the easiest. You get that?
Okay.
This is the toughest. The ones that gives people gives themselves the reasons why they will say, we don't want this life. We don't want this kind of life. We deserve better. That's the toughest job. But we will do it. We are doing it. And
but it has to be done.
It has to be done. Thank you so much, Cham, right?
Thank you, Mangu. Well done.
The curtains tonight with that beautiful chat I just had with you there. And say me well to the kids, okay? And the family.
Same here.
Bye-bye. So I am going to draw my curtains here. And again, as people have told me severally in the past, Mangu, just please don't stop, okay? Because you might not have a clue what this voice does in the brains of and the minds of those who kind of take their time to listen to your analysis, compare them, and then they will sit on their own to kind of, ruminate on them, sort of like, sort of think over what they have heard on Mangu's Diary Political. They drop those, they believe, I'm not interested in that one. But there's no way you'll be on Mangu's Diary Political and you will not have at least one thing that will keep you up, few more minutes, if not hours, after watching Mangu, because you can see yourself in every frame of the scenario that could happen to you, even though it's not happening to you. It's happening to other people, but it could happen to you. Now, if you now compare that scenarios and say, I would never want that to happen to me, then you realize that you have a call that you must answer. It's called clarion calls. Your mind is ready. Your mind knows what is wrong from what is right. Your mind knows what should be done. Now, we will now get to the part where your brain, your body and your everything will now follow suit. Now, until then, I will continue to do this my thankless job. I mean, I've been thanked many times by wonderful people all over the world for this token, okay? However, in my mind, you don't really hold me any thanksgiving. You don't hold me any, no. Because you see, if I don't have the resources to fight, to fight the oppressors in a way, but I do have resources. And if this is the little I can do and contribute to enlighten the people whose lives will be in danger due to this bad governance and then a failed system that is intentional, it is deliberate. Now, if this is what I can contribute to the minds of those that will likely become victims of Nigeria, and if that's all I have to contribute, I will do it diligently. I will do it religiously. And if it's only one soul I am able to save at the end of the day, I'm just going to rely on what the posterity will say about me. So now, if we can replicate this in every soul that hear my voice every now and then our journey may not be as far as a lot of people are making us to believe. It is possible. It is doable. We can be free from the shackles of these career criminals, and inside this contraption where we have this clash of a civilization, the ones that has been claiming the lives of our own population. Now, when you go around left, right, and center, and somebody says, what is the future of Nigeria? It is the breakup of Nigeria that is the future of Nigeria. It is to save lives. So if you don't understand it now, I understand you. You will understand. And you know what? Nigeria will make you understand. It is just a matter of time. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time. And I'm so sorry that we couldn't take too many calls. We will take them some other time, okay? But before you leave tonight, remember, you can still like the broadcast, share it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and then set your notification on so that when Mangu is live, you will be told. I'll see you some other time. Good night.
Mangu làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mangu Diary, Mangu number one. Mangu làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mangu Diary, Mangu number one. Mangu ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí. Mangu Diary, Mangu. àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún Diary Náídì nọ́mbà wán. Bó bá ṣeré àní Máyégún máa wí. Máyégún Diary Náídì nọ́mbà wán. Ó sì tún ṣeré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún Diary Náídì nọ́mbà wán. Máyégún Diary politico. Máyégún Diary Náídì nọ́mbà wán. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún. Máyégún Diary Náídì nọ́mbà wán. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Máyégún Diary Náídì nọ́mbà wán. Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ dódódódó. Máyégún Diary Náídì nọ́mbà wán. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé.